I'm super psyched that you are in for a solo road trip, or at least learning more about it. One of those topics that tends to stress people out is food. What are you going to do about food? Especially if you're traveling for a week or more. It can get super messy. It can get expensive. Keeping food cold, running out of snacks, getting hungry with no good options for miles. All of these can make you hangry, which is hardly the point of a road trip. Food on a road trip, it can feel complicated, but I can tell you that a little planning can make it fun and it can also make it stress-free. I'm here to help, and today I have 7 simple tips to great eating on the road. You should also know that how I eat on a road trip is directly tied to the joy of my entire adventure, meaning that food is important to me. I take it seriously, and I have a strategy to stay well nourished with a happy belly when I travel and also enjoy a lot of the things that I love. Hi, I'm Bing from Wonder Bing Travel, and I've been planning and taking both short and long road trips for a lot of years now. And especially as a solo female going out on our own, especially for any length of time, there are 6 different topics that I think are really pivotal pillars to making sure that we've thought through these before we go and we're ready to face adventure, to deal with potential issues along the way, but we're confident and comfortable. Food. This is a fun one. Let's talk about whether it's a few days, a week. I mean, I've done even a month. It can feel like you've bitten off more than you can chew. Wait, that was sort of a bad pun. So I've had tons of practice though, and I've done it well, like every other topic here. I've done it well, and I've made a mess of it. So I ended up writing a book about solo female road tripping. So the book is called There's Wonder Around the Bend. It's an inspiring guide for solo road trippers. And it's way more than just a how-to book, because a solo road trip, especially for women in the middle of their lives, it's really about more than just a getaway. It can be life-changing for those of us who, we find ourselves struggling in a new season of life. There's so many reasons why it can feel overwhelming and you're having an identity crisis and you just really don't know what the next right thing to do is. A solo female road trip might just be the next right thing. It helps you step out in faith, but also to step out in wonder. It's just a magical opportunity, and in my case, it changed my life. It really helped me take that next step. So today I'm sharing a chapter of There's Wonder Around the Bend. The chapter is called Going Solo, and it's really setting the stage for and sharing a lot of the benefits that maybe you haven't thought about. So please go to wonderbingtravel.com/sneak peek. You can find the link in the description below, and you can get yours today. To the tips. First off, you're going to make mistakes. Okay, let's just put that out there. I've made plenty of mistakes. I've spent more than I planned. I've taken enough food for 4 people instead of 1. I've driven miles off my route only to find that that cute little restaurant that I Googled is now boarded up and out of business. I say all this to give you grace for whatever you do, because you will do things, and they're just all part of your story. So let's dive into those 7 tips. Eating healthy, snacking, farmers markets, bakeries, flexibility, taking care of yourself, and then the last one I just call the refresh. Part of the joy of taking off on a road trip is buying all the things you love to snack on in the car. I get that, and I will not try to talk you out of it. But I do want to say that sitting on our butts is an unavoidable drawback to being on the road, because our brains are busy navigating and soaking in the wonder, and your brain is very busy, but your body isn't. And then all that sitting, it can mess with your digestion too. Enough said. So here's a few things. Prep some healthy pre-made staples that are cooler friendly or just can sit at room temperature. You just want very flexible things that you can stop and grab or reach over and grab while you're driving. But also, eating out is a fun part of the adventure. You should absolutely enjoy trying new and local foods. Not every meal you're going to order out is healthy, so I try to just opt for a side of veggies when I can and drink a lot of water with my meals. Keep in mind, just a basic thought, you're all out of whack when you travel. It's a different rhythm than you're used to. And so if you start adding completely different eating habits in there, it makes things more difficult. Snacking. Yay, one of my favorite topics. Packing healthy snacks that are good for your gut will keep you energized and alert. Fruits and nuts, great pick-me-ups. Fruit can last several days if you pack it properly. That's I guess, the healthy news, right? But snacks on a road trip, it still remains as one of the great guilty pleasures in life. All that sugar, though, it definitely can get me in trouble. So I found the best way not to overindulge, tip, is to take the time while you're at home and portion out your snacks into those cute little bags. And everything that can be portioned out is divided into individual bags, so I only eat what's in the bag. And I keep it within reach so that I can grab the bag and not the giant bag of Doritos or the giant bag of Reese's peanut butter cups. Next tip is farmers markets. We all love our hometown farmers markets, so why not seek out new ones when you're traveling? It's actually a great way to replenish. Obviously, you can't get all the things, but a lot of markets offer more than just fresh produce. They offer local coffee or kombucha, fresh meats, cheeses, bakery items, and then sometimes you'll find them where local restaurants will set up food trucks there. So you can really knock out a whole bunch of things with a farmer's market. And you get a great vibe and feel for the place where you're visiting as well. Okay, another favorite topic is bakeries. I get that eat healthy and bakeries don't really belong in the same sentence, but you're a big girl and you can make your own decisions. I call it research. Consider visiting a local bakery when you're in a new town. Specific baked goods can be pretty regional, and I think you should try them all. Again, research. A big one is to be flexible. And this is true in every topic related to road tripping. Be flexible. In terms of food, I'm all for doing some food planning and creating a few expectations in terms of food for my trip. But I try to hold it really loosely, and I don't want to forget to embrace what's in front of me. I want to try new things, and you should keep your eyes open to unusual opportunities that you won't get at home. So on the flip side of that, though, keep enough food with you to get you through any of those unexpected situations where you need to shift your original plan for the day. Things don't work out, you can't find a place, whatever it might be, or you're just really hungry at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Next one, super important, again, applies to many things across the road tripping spectrum, but take care of you. So some of us are better at self-care than others, but I can tell you that paying attention to the day-to-day needs when you're on the road, it really should be a non-negotiable part of your day. This sentiment echoes back to a playlist I created about self-care. So in that, we unpacked our individual needs for both physical and mental health and comfort. So please check that out here if you haven't seen it. It's really important to get a good grip on that before you do a lot of these other things. Part of creating a framework that you can thrive in on a road trip involves what you eat and drink each day. So without ensuring that you restore yourself daily, you're going to flounder in your pursuit of freedom and wonder. So take care of you and know how to do that. The long trip refresh. So if you're taking a longer trip, this definitely applies. I like starting out a road trip fully fortified with snacks and drinks and at least one cooler, maybe two, full of favorites. Everything works like a dream for 5 days or so, and I pat myself on the back for my Girl Scout, capabilities, and then it all goes downhill. So I tend to pause mid-trip to do some cooler cleaning and some grocery shopping for fruits and veggies and meal items because things just don't keep that long, and a lot of times I overestimate what I really need. So pretzels and granola bars will eventually leave you cranky, and your body needs real food. So having a bag of pretzels in the car and figuring you're going to buy the rest, that works for a day or two, but not for a week or two. So I try to seek out stores that have plenty of pre-made meal options and great produce. I stock up on items that are going to last for 3 or 4 days. I like to choose things that can be eaten cold if necessary and get back on the road. And also, if there are things, sometimes they'll be, I'll be staying in a place where I can heat something up, but I don't want to buy something that depends on that. I opt for a hotel or an Airbnb at least once every 3rd or 4th day of a trip because it allows me to haul my cooler into the room and pop the contents into the fridge or the freezer so that I can start new the next day and then I'm good to go for another few days. So there you have it. Those are my 8 tips to traveling with food. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel here and also like and follow Wonderbing Travel on both Instagram and Facebook. See you on the road.